ball is full of grease. Beardsley finally. Beardsley giving it off to the wing. Lacomelli inside to Beardsley. He couldn't pick it up. Now Beardsley will be tired. If Maryland can get it down, they'll have trouble getting the long sticks back. Do they have any help? There they go. Off to the races. McGuire, he can't collect. Finally, they get back. Beardsley chugs back in. Now, Hillgardner's got Beardsley. Beardsley's just run 2 sprints. Hillgardner, now Beardsley's saying, come on.
I think everyone's tired at this point. Seemed like the ball was square there for a while. No one could catch it.
It was unbelievable. And Beardsley came back to challenge Hillgardner, even though he ran 2 sprints. He said, come on, buddy. Hillgardner now. Beardsley against him. Trying to find him close at 40. 40 had tripped. Evans showing good speed. He's as quick as anybody on the midfield.
Great ground ball, man. Evans, 10 ground balls in the semifinals.
Crawford coming out to the midfield. He's really an attackman, so Dick Udell using that 4 tackling scenario. And here comes down the middle. A middle substitution for Maryland, wide open in the middle. Let's see if he can stick one. Whipple to the wing. Oh, a great save by Rozier. Well conceived. Crawford gets the shot. They substituted from the middle of the field. They got their shot cue. Rozier has been superb. Syracuse on the back of the great goalie. Rozier maintains a 2-goal lead at College Park. 4th quarter coming up. Face-off 9-7 in favor of Maryland. Here, almost a shot. Hillgardner had a right-handed shot, took himself like out of the picture almost, went to the left hand, and didn't have much to shoot at.
You remember early, Maryland was giving Rozier a lot of clears, and I thought it would tire him out, but he's played better as this game has moved along. His best quarter was the 3rd quarter.
He was sensational, and that was unusual. Chomo challenged Beardsley. Chomo went one-on-one with Rick Beardsley, took him right to the goal. Didn't get a clean shot because of the stick check, but interesting that he would challenge him early on. Maybe a different tack offensively.
The best way to challenge Beardsley is to go right at him, go right at the goal. If he makes a mistake, you're going to score. The worst thing he can do is jog around the perimeter and let him pepper you with his checks.
Whipple doing the same thing and takes a shot. It goes wide. So offensively, Maryland with a much different strategy here in the 4th quarter. They're not moving the perimeter. Looks like they might be going one-on-one, doing a little bit more vertical offense. Stats do the 3rd.
Look at the shots. 45 for Syracuse, only 26 for Maryland. Ground balls about even. Face-offs favor Maryland, and saves. Both goalies played outstanding. 19 for Maryland, 13 for Syracuse.
Nayland against Toby Price. This is another good matchup. Let's see if Nayland takes him to the cooker. Gets inside, around the back, and can't get it to fall. Tomo backs up. Backdoor shot. Whipple can't get it either. Rozier is really everywhere he has to be. He is playing at the top of his game. 2-goal lead for Syracuse. Faulks against Cummings. Speed against speed. Ball down. Cummings, watch out behind you. Here you go. Toby Price. Good speed there. Whipple, the attackman, down there playing defense, and Whipple pushes him off the field. So Whipple was caught playing defense, gets us checked right at the right moment.
Well, defensively, Neyland did a good job hustling, but Radeball, the key to that play, he came halfway. He made Price make a decision whether to shoot or whether to pass to the teammate. Price seemed confused and threw the ball out of bounds. Radeball playing with Price's mind as he attacked.
Maryland again having trouble clearing. Syracuse eating him up, making him pay for it. Great double teams. Cummings coming in. Big hit by Faulks to the head. That'll be a minute. And the ball picked up by Radeball. Faulks went up with his elbow to the head. That would have been a good hit probably if it was low.
Watch this. Gets him up in the head area right there. Oh, that is brutal and blatant. Nice call by the officials. Cummings, not the tallest player, 5'8". You know, here he's a kid, played for Johns Hopkins last season, was a 4th-string midfielder. A year later, he goes home to Syracuse, where he grew up, and now he's playing in a national title game. His style definitely more suited towards Roy Simmons than towards Tony Seaman at Johns Hopkins University.
Could be the game of his life right here. 2 goals ahead, Syracuse is the chance to make it. This team has a chance to make it 3. Doherty right there. Pressure on him again. Halsey starts in a 2-3-1. Each team 1 goal and 4 attempts. Now they rotate 2 behind. Designated shooter with Colsey on that side. Oh, they tried to get it back. Colsey with really a bad feed. He's in a scoring opportunity. He tried to skip a man, and there was no lane for him to pass to.
Now, Maryland did a nice job getting their sticks up, forcing that pass high. They've got to clear it, though. They've had problems all day here. McGuire gets it back to Doherty. He's looking for help. The attack's got to come up and give him a little help. They break out. They're being defensed very closely. Hilgardner being defensed and cannot get it. Man-to-man defense all over the field for Syracuse. Schmid not giving Hilgardner an inch. Coach Adele has got to develop some kind of strategy that will enable him to clear the ball better.
So Maryland again blows it clear. Roy Simmons. Pace favoring Maryland, but time of possession definitely in control of Syracuse. They have ridden with ferocity. Back to the extra man play. They had a chance to blow it open, but they didn't. They give it back to Colsey and company. Now Raider ball's got it. Lob shot up. Here come the Terps. Brian Reese. Reese sees Hahn. Hahn's open up top. Chomo finds Hahn. Oh, he couldn't get inside. Actually, Hahn was higher. He tried to get it to Bonelli. Bonani rather. Bonani came across with the cut. He went over top of him.
Chad Smith for Syracuse did a nice job. Chomo likes to force feed. He's got 104 career assists coming into this game. That's 5th all time at the University of Maryland. Chomo went to high school at St. Mary's, which is in Annapolis. About a 20 to 30 minute ride down the road.
About 4 minutes from my house. Rozier, candidate for MVP. He has been unbelievable, matching Doherty in the second half when he's had to. Maryland now trying to break up the clear themselves. Malin picks it up in the middle. He's being dragged by Morrissey. Now Malin's got some space. He's got a matchup he likes. Dishes it into Chomo. Chomo immediately looks out to the crease.
Maryland's a little too tight in front of the cage. They got to create a little space in there for Hahn. Too many players in front of the goal. No space for that feed.
They were set up with some long sticks and defensive people. Now they'll balance up with more of an offensive look. Andy Sherritts. Always left, not too far up the road in Baltimore. Number 13 playing defense. Now Colsey gets a chance to play a little defense against Fulks. So the speed of Fulks against the great athletic ability of Colsey. Skip Fulks just ran right by Colsey. And they're going to get it to Syracuse.
Good hustle by Beardsley, but Rozier with the big save right there. Fulks blew by Colsey. Colsey looks to be really suffering from that dehydration. Watch the hustle by Rick Beardsley. Known for his flamboyant play, but there he sells out for the Syracuse Orange.
Doing a great job of playing under control, Beardsley is. Hahn picks up the loose ball with a great stick check in. That was replaced, or returned by Syracuse. Again, it's Beardsley with the loose ball. Colsey picks it up. Let's see if he's got enough room for him. Scoreless in the last. How many minutes was that?
16:30. Maryland hasn't scored. Rozier's been outstanding. Syracuse has scored 3 in a row.
Colsey getting hammered. Loose ball push. Syracuse with a 2-goal lead. They've really kept Maryland from getting the good scores, and the big reason is Rozier. Rozier has been sensational. He was okay in the first half, not bad at all. He has been unbelievable in the second half. Shot by Syracuse.
This is the point in the semifinal game that Syracuse was so impressive. They protected their lead. They rested their defense. Rozier came up with a big save. Let's see if they can do that again, controlling the ball in their half-field offense. They're known for running down transition style, but if they can kill a minute or two every possession here, they've got a great chance to get their 6th national title.
Colsey again working out front. Big save by Doherty. Maryland's had the shots this quarter, 6-0 before this last flurry.
Interference with the goaltender there. That's a play-on call. If Maryland gets the clear successfully, they let them go with it. They didn't. Vieta was in the crease and interfered. Watch the replay right here. Colsey with the shot. Doherty saves. That's the interference right there. When the goalie's in the crease, you can't make contact.
See LaChapelle put up his hands. LaChapelle nailed him a little bit. Pushed the guy in there. And he puts his hands up. No touch. Don't know if he pushed him in, but he was certainly begging forgiveness. Bright sun, quite a different look to this field than when the game started. It was overcast, a little bit wet. Doherty 20 saves now. He had a personal record, 23 in the semis. Maryland working one-on-one. Good stick, wide open. Here comes the rocket. Oh, they go across. Rozier has made them think now about their shots. Farmer had a great shot. He goes all the way across the front of the mouth of the goal, out of bounds.
You got to take those shots with time and room. A 12-yard shot's a good shot. Rozier getting to the head of Farmer. Farmer looked for Hillgartner on the far side. A little too much mustard also. That pass was sizzling.
Too tricky. You had the shot, go ahead and take it. Give Rozier your best. That's what the coaches, I'm sure, are reinforcing in Farmer. 9 minutes left, 2-goal lead for Syracuse. They've allowed a lot of shots of late on Rozier, but he has been tough. LaChapelle playing defense against Cavavit. 47-32 in favor.
Cavavit going to the goal. He's got 3 goals. Just missed. Fans on the far side had a great angle there. You could hear the, oh, missed that one by about 3 inches.
Maryland hasn't scored in 17 minutes. We need to thank Rozier for that. Fietta locking up against the short stick defense of McGuire. Sheretz. Marcy out to Fietta. Fietta would like to get a little more space there. He takes one. He finds the net. Doherty can't believe it. There wasn't much to shoot at, but Fietta found it. 9-6 up by 3. His second goal of the day.
Nice placement here, and he uses the defenseman as a bit of a screen. Doherty opens up that inside. You'll get a nice angle here. Watch Doherty come off the pipe just a bit. He can't believe it went in. He's upset. That's one that he has been saving in the semis and the finals. That could be the difference in a game like this. Watch it again. Fietta, not much of an angle. I think it got a piece of Doherty's thigh and then deflected into the goal. Fietta is a kid who has really stepped up in the playoffs. You've got to be impressed the way he's played big in the big game.
And that shot wrapped around the defense. Hard to read for a goalie when you wrap it around the defensive player. He has been sensational when they've needed him. Bolsey being marked beautifully, not a factor. Fietta's the big guy and has been. Ball loose. Bryce. Maryland continuing to get possessions, but giving it back to Syracuse, or Syracuse taking it back from them. Watch out. In close shot on Doherty and a score. Morrissey confused Doherty a little bit at the last moment. After checking behind him, takes the shot, a 4-goal lead for the Orangemen.
Morrissey, the opportunist. He's the most veteran attackman on this Syracuse team. 40% shooting percentage, does the job here. Shows some versatility. As a sophomore last year, had 32 goals. This year, he's got 30. Watch the replay. Notice one thing. The stick protection is key. He realizes that he's being chased. Doesn't bring his stick up until the last second. Doherty looked like he guessed low on that shot. Watch it again. He sees the defense there the whole way, protects his stick, brings it up into the shooting position, and gets rid of it quickly. Had he hung his stick there, he would have lost the ball. Jim Morrissey going to assist. Maryland's got to look for a timeout pretty soon. Syracuse has scored 5 goals in a row.
And they lead by 4. Maryland scored the first 2 goals of the half. Hahn gets 2, and since then, Rozier has tightened up. And Syracuse really starting to add to their offensive lead with great transition in the midfield. Syracuse is on an 8-2 run. Scored the first of the last 3 goals of the second quarter. Then Maryland had 2, and then they scored 5 straight. Licamelli, superstar now, gives it off to the wing of Cavavit. Maryland's going to have to start just to step up the intensity a little bit as far as possession. In front, Licamelli! Huge goal, his second of the day. 5-goal lead.
Nick Licamelli, this is a guy that Roy Simmons will be talking about for years to come. Cut as a freshman. 4 goals in the semifinals, 2 today. Syracuse with 6 unanswered. Watch the replay. Watch the placement to the off-stick side of Doherty. It seems as if Syracuse now is kind of waking up to the fact that Doherty is a left-hander. Look at the placement in the off corner there. No way you're going to make this save. Again, Cavavit having a sensational game from behind the goal. Licamelli on the right-handed cut. Little jump shot action there. Nothing Doherty is going to do. Licamelli, what a story.
Meanwhile, back in the face-off, 5-goal lead. What about that timeout you mentioned? Why wouldn't Maryland stop this run? They only have 1 left. You have 3 in the game. You have to have 1 each half. 6-0 run, 18 minutes and 37 seconds. So they've got to stop it somehow. LaChapelle picks up the pass. Can they clear it? No, Syracuse all over them. And a whistle. Syracuse starting to get now a little pumped up.
Sullivan, the senior from Scarsdale, 21. Not a stranger to physical contact. Kid's got great speed. Watch the replay now. LaChapelle makes a nice play. The ball will come loose. There's one hit by Sullivan. Watch him again. He'll go back for two. Oh.
Well, that's shot by McGuire.
McGuire should go to the box. And look how pumped up Sullivan's fired up. Senior looking for his second title. These seniors for Syracuse, they've been here before. They won the title once. They've lost 2 playoff games by 1 goal. Coach Adele got to be upset. No timeout after that Syracuse run, and now
McGuire's in the box because of that Babe Ruth type swing.
You know, if you don't use your timeouts when you have to, the game's not going to mean anything with 3 minutes left when you have your timeout in your pocket. Definite frustration foul by that man right there, Pat McGuire.
It'll be another extra man opportunity for Syracuse, and the hole is getting very deep for Maryland. Under 7 minutes to go. They've got to come up big defensively again. Syracuse starts in a 3-3. Everybody out front, and they rotate Cavanagh behind. This is their 6th opportunity. They've only scored once. They're 1 for 5. Extra man. Inside, close, finish, and the defense is starting to lose belief. Syracuse getting open all over the place. Jackson gets one right in his face, and the defense is not sliding as aggressively.
They are, I think, losing a little bit of heart. Yeah, they were standing around a bit too much there. Jackson with the goal. Cavanagh with another assist. That's Jackson. Jamesville DeWitt, sophomore, right there, tiptoeing the crease. Poor defense. Maryland standing around watching the action instead of making plays. Jackson's the all-time leading scorer at Jamesville DeWitt, which is a suburb of Syracuse. They produce some great high school players. This kid is a future star for Syracuse. He's only a sophomore.
Maryland now faced with the unenviable task of making up 6 goals against the great Orangemen. And they are getting loose and having a ball. 7 unanswered goals in less than 20 minutes for Syracuse after Hahn scored 2 to open up the second half. 6:20 left. This looks like an impossible job for Maryland. They finally failure to advance the ball. So now with Maryland getting the ball, they're going to have to try to clear it.
Looks like the wheels are starting to fall off the cart for Maryland. Unforced error there on the clear. And Helpstrom with just overthrowing Radaball on the near side.
They've really had a tough time clearing, and some of those you just have no fault for. That is unbelievable.
All day it's killed Maryland, but you got to credit Syracuse. A lot of hustle from this attack. They can score, but they're playing a more complete game today by making it tough for Maryland to clear.
Now you're going to see a different kind of Syracuse team. They came in with great respect for Maryland, rightfully so. Dougherty's been so tough. Now they've got a 6-goal lead. They're going to start showboating a little bit because this is a showtime team. And with a 6-goal lead, they can start to loosen up their offense.
Yeah, they're going to play a little ring around the rosy here, zip the ball around the outside. When Maryland overcommits, they'll go to the goal.
Dougherty with a huge block. He doesn't know where it is, right behind him. Finally picks it up. Outlet. If you're a Maryland player, you've got to have somebody ignite a little bit of a fire. They need a shot and a goal in a hurry. Transition to the wing. Hilgartner.
Tough defense by Schmid right there. Great body positioning, using his legs.
That'd be a foul against Schmid. Maryland hasn't scored since the first 3 minutes of the half.
Schmid jogging to the penalty box. Really the least flamboyant, the least talked about defenseman for Syracuse, but he gets the job done. Very respected within the lacrosse community from the coaches and his peers, the players.
Maryland 1 for 4. This will be their 5th attempt. Fox doesn't waste any time with that rip. Jomo behind. Maryland obviously needs to score one here to get back in this thing. Bullen on the right hand, far side, number 12. Not a lot of ball motion here. Now Bullen's got it. Hahn's inside. Hit Fox is Not taking a great shot there, but at least he's doing something.
That's
Here
not going to go.
Syracuse. Coming in, Chad Smith. Ball back down on the field. They're getting faster off the pipe. That would have gone for Smith. A follow-up shot and a goal. Kavovit getting out of hand. 4 goals for Kavovit. 7-goal lead for the Orangemen. And Q, it's almost like when the field started drying out, Syracuse seemed to get a little faster and really has opened up the offense.
They've had the legs here in the second half. They're making plays. Coach Simmons, before halftime, said, hey, we're about to play our best ball, and they have. Watch Chad Smith now. He will get the rebound here and ping the pipe. Watch him ping the pipe. But Kavovit's in the right place at the right time. Potential MVP, Kavovit, 4 goals. He's got a number of assists. 3 assists right there, 7 points for Kavovit. Yorktown High School, tremendous program, Central New York. This kid's doing the job.
And somewhere in that voting for MVP, you've got to think about Rozier, because when the game was tough, it was 8-6 in that area, Rozier came out with 2 or 3 point-blank saves, and then his team just started adding on the goals. 8 straight for Syracuse. Gives them a 7-goal lead. Nealon. Nealon working out front. Syracuse being very patient. Good position by Sullivan. Ball goes out of bounds before Beardsley can get it.
Sullivan playing some tough D on the near side. That's Nealon. Look at the shot differential. Syracuse 55 has got it by 21 shots. Greg Nealon, the senior from Maryland. Real blue-collar, lunch pail type player that Coach Adele loves to have at Maryland.
Wears his heart on his sleeve. He gives you all he can. 5-0 in the 4th. That's a big difference. You see Maryland is right with him. Maryland scores those 2 goals in the 3rd. In the first 3 minutes of the 3rd, hasn't scored since. Rozier gobbles it up. Kip Falks, at least he's taking the shots. I mean, his shots have been not the highest percentage shots, but he wants the game to turn.
Might be trying too hard in that regard. Those are very savable shots. Low to low all the way. Rozier's got his radar on those easy.
Under 4 minutes. Syracuse now comfortably in control of this game. Nobody has won 5 national championships. Roy Simmons' team have. This would be number 6. No coach has won 5. So your alma mater has a little bit more than that. Overall, the history of lacrosse, Hopkins, one of the best. Roy Colsey, haven't heard much from him, but his team's winning, and that's all he cares about. Certainly gets a lot of attention. Syracuse enjoying it more and more as the weather gets hotter and the field gets drier.